Hello everyone, I am back with another Wi-Fi battle, and today my opponent is going to be another streamer from Twitch, and her name is going to be MissEspeon5231. She's a variety streamer, kind of like Robbie Kazi. She plays a bunch of different games, and she also does Wi-Fi battles every once in a while. And this is a battle that I had with her on her stream. It's I would say like it's like a standard OU match because she doesn't necessarily like follow the tiers. She just insists that you don't bring Pokemon that are from the Uber ban list or anything stall related like Celesteela, Toxapex, Chansey, Blissey, and all them, which is understandable because who honestly wants to deal with that, honestly. But yeah, and she's actually gonna bring her signature mon, which is actually what makes this battle all the more interesting. So I'm definitely looking forward to this battle. Alright, this is MissEspeon, aka Mari. I'm gonna lead off with Swampert, of course, so I can get those rocks up. And I was actually hoping she would not lead with Ruby, which is the Alolan Ninetales, but she did, unfortunately, so now I have to deal with it, of course. And it's gonna get the hail up, which is annoying actually. And I'm definitely not gonna get my rocks up right here because I have to switch out because I know these Ninetales can carry Freeze Dry, and I do not want to get hit by one of those on Swampert because it'll die instantly, obviously. So I'm gonna switch into Rotom-H now, and I am gonna take some hail's damage, which, like I said, is annoying. That's why I hate the hail, because it even hits fire types, which is kind of ironic considering that Rotom is a fire type and can just melt any hail drops that come, but it can't. It takes damage from it. Anyways, here I figure she want to switch out now because she does not want to take an overheat from this Rotom-H, so I anticipate her to switch into Missy, which is the Arcanine. And here I'm just going to go for Volt Switch. And I'm going to go into Nihilego here because this thing can definitely scare out Arcanine because it does not want to take a Power Gem, I'm pretty sure. So here I'm going to set up Toxic Spikes in order to punish more of her switching and get some hazards up ASAP because, you know, it's very necessary to get these up. And plus, if I can get stuff like the Garchomp or the Espeon poisoned, that'd be really, really nice because Garchomp is just an annoyingly bulky and offensive kind of mon, and Espeon is just an offensive mon that outspeeds a lot. It has Magic Bounce, which means you can't even status it, so I was actually glad she did not switch into Espeon there because that would have been actually kind of scary. I would have had Toxic Spikes on my side of the field, and I don't think I have Defog on this team either, so yeah. So I get those up, and here she switched into that, into Garchomp, and here I'm going to switch out into Skarmory because I figured this is the only thing that can definitely wall this Garchomp. She does predict me to switch out, and she goes for Stealth Rocks, and this also pretty much gives me the idea that maybe this Garchomp is a Bulk Chomp, which usually carries Stealth Rocks and 2 stab moves probably. But she's going to switch out here and go into her signature, which is Espeon. And this is interesting because what I was going to do here was actually use Whirlwind to phase out the Garchomp because my team didn't have a lot of switch-ins for it. But she actually makes a very interesting play and switches in Espeon, which can Magic Bounce the Whirlwind back at me. And as a result, now she phases me into something I didn't want. And I'm going to take rocks for it, damage for it as well. So that's actually kind of a sick play, not going to lie. She got rocks up and then she phases me by using my own phasing move. It's like, that's actually one of the sickest things I've ever seen in a battle, I'm not going to lie. But anyways, she does phase me in the Weavile though, which is bad because it's going to take a lot of rocks damage, but good because I can now actually knock off this Espeon because knockoff is super effective on Espeon given that it's a Psychic type. But she's definitely going to switch out. She's going to go into Missy, which is the Arcanine. And yeah, it's not going to take out the Arcanine, but at least it weakens it enough so that I can actually just preserve Weavile, switch out, and go into Swampert because what I'm very, very convinced what she wants to do here is now go for a last ditch E-Speed for damage. But yeah, I'm not going to let that happen because I don't want this Weavile to get damaged to the point where it's going to be in range for rocks to take it out. So down goes Missy, and now she's going to bring in Ruby again, which is the Alolan Ninetales. Here she's going to go for the Freeze Dry again, which I anticipated, although I was also anticipating Aurora Veil, but it would be a lot more scarier if I lost Swampert right away due to a Freeze Dry. So the Aurora Veil was kind of the least of my concerns at the time. Here I'm going to go into Rotom, anticipating that Freeze Dry. And Here, yeah, she goes for freeze dry. Now here is going to be an interesting play that I didn't actually, I wasn't like really necessarily paying attention to, but here, unbeknownst to me, she actually switches up her move to Moonblast here, and this is actually going to play quite a huge role in the outcome of this battle, and you're going to see in a bit. But yeah, here it is. Here she goes for Moonblast, which I did not know. Like, I wasn't paying attention. Like, all I saw was that my Rotom took damage, but I didn't see if it was Moonblast or not. Like, I didn't see the animation, so I can know that it would be Moonblast that she went for. So here what I do is just go for Pain Split because I was taking too much damage from the rocks, the switching, and the hail. So I needed to get some HP back and go for Pain Split. And as a result, I am now going to go for a... I think here I go for Overheat just because I anticipated her to switch. And if it's Garchomp, I at least to get a little bit of damage. But if it's Tapu Koko, that's even better for me. Which she does switch into. She does switch into Tapu Koko, and I do go for Overheat. And it's gonna do quite an amount of damage, and this actually led me to wonder why even switch in Tapu Koko knowing this thing is gonna take a lot of damage, especially now that it's poisoned thanks to the toxic spikes. But you're gonna see in a bit right here that it's actually... I can see why she would switch it in, even though it's still not recommended to switch it in. But like I said, I understand why she switched it in. Because you're gonna see right here, after this poison damage that this Tapu Koko takes, which by the way is taking it way to the bottom of the barrel with the HP in it. But here it is. She goes for a Roost, which is not a move I was expecting on Tapu Koko. Like, I almost never see Roost on Tapu Koko, so I figured I could just Volt Switch and just take this thing out after taking a Thunderbolt on this thing, but nope, she just goes for Roost, which, like I said, I wasn't expecting. Either way, I do Volt Switch into Nihilego, which was an ideal matchup for me because not only can this thing take a Thunderbolt due to its good special defense, but I can also just take this thing out with one hit, and if she goes for Roost again, I'm pretty sure a Sludge Wave would take it out from full HP even, so, because it's Nihilego. Nihilego has pretty high special attack power as well. But here she's actually going to surprise me yet again and actually go for Wild Charge, which Nihilego can definitely not take, especially if it's an electric terrain, because Wild Charge is a physical move and Nihilego's physical defense is actually one of the worst. So, yeah. The good news is that she does lose Tapu Koko as well while taking out my Nihilego thanks to the Recall that it gets from Wild Charge and the Life Orb. Now here it's a double down, so now we have to kind of guess what we're going to bring. And I was actually hoping she wouldn't bring the Gengar, but she did, and I just brought Zard X because I figured if she brings Garchomp, I can just freaking Dragon Claw. But nope, she didn't. Now here, I was afraid I was just going to lose Charizard X here to a Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb, if that's what she carries on her Gengar. But here, you're going to see that she actually makes an, I don't know, I think, yeah, she definitely makes a misplay here. And my guess is that she probably was a little too electric terrain happy, that she wanted to see how Thunderbolt gets boosted by the electric terrain, which is not a bad idea. It's actually pretty cool, but this wasn't the right mon to actually try that, honestly, because while Zard Y is affected by Thunderbolt, there's also the possibility that Charizard X is a possible bring, you know. So as a result here, I just get to take out the Gengar with a Dragon Claw, and then here she goes into Garchomp, which I switch into Skarmory because I figured this is the only thing that can take anything from this thing. But she's just gonna Dragon Tail me and phase me out into, well, Charizard X again, which makes my preservation basically pointless now. Because the plan was that I can actually use this for Death Fodder, but now I can't because she just phased me into it. If she phased me into Weavile, would have been ideal. Now here I have to kind of play around this Garchomp a little bit because I don't really have a lot that can take this thing. So what I'm gonna do here is send in Swampert, go for Earthquake. As you can see, I outspeed because she goes for the Dragon Tail, which means I'm going to get phased out after giving this thing some damage, which is really good because that's what I need on this thing right now, damage, since this thing somehow did not take any Toxic Spikes damage. And I still don't like get how. Oh, actually, I know why, because Gengar came in and removed the Toxic Spikes, so... Like, I was trying to get the Toxic Spikes on the Garchomp, but because she's sending Gengar, it wasn't able to, so... Now here I switched in Skarmory, and I was thinking, okay, well, she phased me into Skarmory actually. And here I just went for Spikes because I figured there's nothing she can do other than Dragon Tail, right? But no, she actually surprises me with a Flamethrower here, and I'm like, oh shoot. I did not expect Flamethrower. Like, I know they can carry Fire Blast for Steel types, but on a Bulk Chomp? I didn't think so. And I know this is a bulk chump just looking at the damage that I did with Swamperd's Earthquake, because I've seen offensive Garchomps take a lot more damage from Earthquake from Swampert, honestly, so this clearly was a bulk chump, but this one actually had Flamethrower. Usually bulk chumps carry Toxic rather than Flamethrower, but oh well, this works too actually. Now here she's going to go for Earthquake with Garchomp. My Swampert is able to take it thanks to the fact that this is a bulk chump and not a offensive Garchomp. So what I'm going to do here is proc my Ayapa Berry, thankfully, and then go for Stealth Rocks, and then she's going to go for Dragon Tail and phase me out once again. And this time she actually phases me into Weavile, which was the matchup I wanted in the first place. Now here I'm just going to go for Ice Shard because I figured since it's under half HP, it may be a bulk chump, but this Ice Shard is still X2 effective and stab from Weavile, who has a very high attack stat to begin with, so there's no way this thing can survive. And I went for Ice Shard because I didn't want to get, I didn't want to risk Icicle Crash missing. But anyways, and down goes the Garchomp, and now she's going to send in the Alola Ninetales, and this is actually where I make probably a huge misplay, but it makes sense why I did it. The reason why was because seeing how she sent Ninetales in before Espeon tells me that maybe this Alola Ninetales is Choice Scarf, and the reason why I thought that was because since she never went for Aurora Veil, and the fact that I didn't pay attention to the fact that she went for Moonblast after going for a Freeze Dry on my Rotom when I switched it out from Swampert. She switched it up to Moonblast and I didn't pay attention to that. So as a result, all this time I thought this thing was Choice Scarf, and she was just saving this in the back of her team for that Weavile to just get outsped. And I switched out Weavile and didn't go for Ice Shard because I wasn't sure if I could take it out from where it was at. I know it was at red, but I mean, I don't know. Some Ninetales are defense invested, so if that thing lives, I just lose Weavile, and I kind of needed Weavile for the Espeon, so because this Rotom, he cannot take it out, honestly. Not to mention the Espeon that she had in the back of her team. Another thing I didn't pay attention to, because here I thought this Espeon was Z Celebrate, but it was actually a Leftovers one, and once again I didn't pay attention to the fact that after taking poison damage it would have recovered Leftovers, and as a result all this time I just thought it was a Z Celebrate one. So because of that, I figured she got Auroraville up with Ninetales before going down to Rotom on a Volt Switch, so I figured, you know what, let's just go for the ICMZ and get as much damage as possible, maybe even hopefully take this out, because this is literally my only powerful move. Except not really, because like I said, this Espeon wasn't even Z Celebrate like I thought. That's why I didn't go for Knockoff, because it wouldn't have done anything. But since this thing was actually Leftovers, the right play would have been to have gone for the Knockoff. But I didn't do that, and I don't know if it would have taken out the Espeon anyways thanks to the Aurora Veil, but yeah. Here I'm just going to lose Weavile to an HP Fire, which is unfortunate. I was hoping I could take out the Weavile with the Espeon with the ICMZ, but didn't. So what's it called? Sub-Zero Slammer? I don't know. But here I'm going to go into Swampert, which is technically my last Pokemon because my Rotom just comes in and dies to rocks anyway, so literally I'm just going to come in here, just start spamming Earthquake, because the plan here is literally just to take this Espeon out. If it has Psychic or Grass Knot, then I basically lose, because this Swampert is defense invested and not Spadef invested, so yeah. She does go for a Morning Sun here, and thanks to the fact that the Hail is up, she doesn't recover as much as she probably wanted to, so... And in fact, thanks to the Poison and the Hail, she actually recovered much less, thanks to me going for Earthquake, but yeah. Knowing this, she actually just goes for her last move, which was Psyshock, and thankfully not Psychic, because if it was Psychic or Grass Knot, I would have just lost here. But no, instead she just had, what's it called? She had Psyshock, so I do get to take out this Espeon with Swampert, and that's going to be the whole game. All I can say is good freaking game to MissEspeon, aka Madi, cause holy cranberries. She made a lot of sick plays in that battle, and she actually made this battle a lot closer. I mean, granted, I also was kind of playing a little bit sloppy because I didn't pay attention to the Ninetales being a possible Choice Scarf one. Like, I didn't know it wasn't Choice Scarfed. And also the Espeon, I didn't know it was Leftovers. Like, these two mons kind of had me pressured throughout the entirety of the match because I thought the Alola Ninetales was Choice Scarfed and the Espeon was Z Celebrate. And I've seen a lot of things that kind of influence my idea that these two could possibly carry those sets, because I've seen, like for example, the Ninetales being Choice Scarf. I kind of thought it would be a possibility, considering A-Drive used it in the NPA against Chris Cobain back then. He used a Alolan Ninetales that was Choice Scarf, so I was thinking that maybe she would be carrying that as well. And the way she played Ninetales kind of gave me the idea that maybe it was Choice Scarf, because she never went for Aurora Veil on any predicted switch-ins. So, and I didn't pay attention to the fact that she switched up her move to Moonblast too. That also has a lot to do with why I thought Alolan Ninetales was Choice Scarf. And Espeon I thought was the Celebrate, because I don't know who the person was, but she showed Mari a Z Celebrate Espeon, and I was like, she could possibly give her the set and she can try it for herself in battles. But no, it was still her leftovers Espeon, so I was like, ugh. And because I didn't pay attention to the leftovers, I thought that it was Z Celebrate all this time, which made me make the wrong plays most of the time. But either way, this is not to take anything from Mari, because she definitely did put her best in this battle. In fact, the fact that she brought Espeon was also kind of cool, because it's her signature. They don't call her MissEspeon for nothing. Yeah, but once again, good game to Mari, and thank you all for watching this battle. It took me a while to get this battle up, because there's been a lot of things going on. But I'll keep uploading battles. It's just that if I keep getting disrupted most of the time, it's going to be kind of slow for me. But thank you all for watching nonetheless, and hope you guys stay tuned for more battles. But for now, take it easy. So, yeah.